In this section, we'll be looking at image formation via concave and convex mirrors. But before that, let's recap steps that we took to understand image formation by a plane mirror. So I began with talking practically about how an image is formed. Right? In a mirror, when we look at a mirror, what kind of image do we see? So we have practical experience regarding plane mirrors. Right? With this understanding, I started talking about representation and the terminologies. That is, I spoke to you guys about incident ray, a mirror, and the reflecting surface and the non-reflecting surfaces. Then the reflected ray and the normal. And I call this as ray diagram. And the law that we used to understand this and to decipher and to make use of it was law of reflection. And we spoke about two parts of the law as well. So with all of this understanding, then we did ray diagram, right? I just showed you guys few basic examples. That is without actually using any compass and all of that. But here I would like to show you guys with proper, pen, pencil, and scale and protractor and all of that. Okay, so please have a look at this video. So this video is played a bit fast at a speed of double the speed actually. So we're looking at a plane mirror which is kept, your normal traditional parallel to the or perpendicular to the book. So here I'm drawing the normal. I'm measuring the angle. It's around 39. Right? It's around 39. And the next thing is measure 39 again and draw your reflected ray. Right? So we have at the point of incidence all the three lines meeting. So here we can see it's 39 again. So this is what your law of reflection talks about. And here too we are looking at 39. So moving on to the next diagram. Oh yeah, I forgot, I missed indicating that it is a mirror. Okay, so second mirror. Again, I'm just taking a random angle. There's no particular angle that I'm picking up. So yes, one more thing that I missed was indicating which was incident ray and reflected ray. And moving on to the next one, that is your incident ray. The point of incidence, I'll draw a normal. See, the point of the second diagram was to show you guys that normal is normal to the mirror. That's why I have many examples. Again, same process, measuring the angle. So 44 degree, right? Angle of reflection will also be 44. And from the point of incidence, draw a line. And that will be a reflected ray. Okay. So I'm just trying to show that the mirror and the normal is 90 degree over there. So that's the whole point of showing that. So remember, the perpendicular has to be drawn with respect to the mirror. Again, I just drew a random line. And here I'm drawing a perpendicular to the mirror. Again, perpendicular to the mirror. Very important to remember. So next thing is your angle, measuring the angle. Here again, it's around 35 and 36. 36. So here too, we'll mark 36. Sorry, 46, my bad. Angle of reflection. Sorry, and we have your reflected ray. So here to again see the mirror and the normal are 90 degree, nothing else. Okay, that is the most important thing. And the last thing is, which we already discussed, when the angle of incidence is 0 degree. That is incident ray, which makes an angle of 90 degree with respect to the mirror. Okay, so we can see that this is 90 degree. So you guys remember our discussion, right? The reflected ray will be in the same line. And that is your answer. Okay, so we saw 4 different cases. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. right? Again, I'm just trying to show you guys that the mirror can be in any direction. The normal has to be 90 degree. That's the whole point. I've repeated this quite a few times before also, but I want you guys to understand it and not forget it. Okay. And the angle is always measured with respect to the normal. Angle is measured with respect to the normal. So in this case, the incident ray and the reflected ray are in the same straight line because the angle of incidence and reflection is equal to 0t. So this is the line for the normal as well. Okay, so with this understanding, then we moved on to ray diagram of image formation. Okay, so when you talk about image formation ray diagram, we need to understand the rules of drawing a ray diagram when it comes to your single ray. Okay, so with this understanding, we'll move on to picking up a dot. So image formation by a plane mirror of a dot. So this too we have spoken in detail, and the funda over here was, right, remember this, we need to consider at least two rays to figure out where the image is formed. We need at least two rays, right? If not, we will not be able to figure out where the image is formed. We can take 3 also, 4 also, doesn't matter. We'll get the same answer. Okay, again, point to take out from this is we need at least two rays. Then at last we spoke about image properties, that is where the image is located. In this case, it is behind the mirror. Since this cannot be projected onto a screen, right? This is your virtual image. The size of the mirror happens to be same size that of the object. Okay, and at last, this is and the orientation, right? Orientation is, if this is up straight, in the mirror also it will be up straight. So this is erect. Okay, so these are all the things that we learned till now. So this is very important to recall and understand to understand how an image is formed in case of concave and convex mirrors. Okay, so pause and write down the steps. You need not write down the details, at least write down the steps. Okay, first, second A, second B, third A, third B. Again, I don't mind if you guys write down by pausing everything. That's not an issue, it will be a practice. But yes, at least the steps you guys have to write down. On this, we are going to build the next set of topics.